Hey everyone, Zeus here. I was inspired by a YouTuber by the name of MegaPieman PhD to do a video log of the development of my map, which I'm calling Koth Nuke. So this is the first in my series in Look at My Map. So I've never done something like this before, so forgive the quality of this video, the production quality. But yeah, so it's a simple Koth map set at a nuclear power plant, similar to maybe Process or Turbine or Gorge even. So that'd be the aesthetic I'm going for. So immediately out of spawn, you're able to see the big dome where the nuclear reactor is going to be. So that is a place that you're supposed to go. So your eye is already drawn to that. So this is the spawn area, very similar to Viaduct, as you can tell. Space-wise and in layout, you have 3 routes, as usual. A sort of flanking route, which takes you up to these battlements, or you can stand on this container as sniper, or you can rotate around and meet your team over here. There is a middle route here. I didn't really know what to do with this building here, so this is kind of my best approximation of what a building here should do. But I definitely don't like this, and I want to change it. And I'm definitely open to suggestions, so leave them in the comments if you got any cool ideas. Basically, I built most of the map except for this one building right in the middle, and really, I guess what it came down to was I needed to make it so basically it was just a way to get from this low ground to this high ground so that you could get to the point. I don't know if much fighting's going to happen here because honestly this is a bit punishing, so this will probably need to change as I watch people play it. I do think that you might be able to, like a demo could like easily spam down this from here, so it would be kind of hard to even push out of. Maybe on the rollout it might be viable to go this way. It might be the fastest route because it's just very straight. But other than that, I don't know that many people are going to push out of there. And I don't know if that's a problem either. Like on Viaduct, you have the same situation. You usually push out of the midpoint at the beginning of the round, but people really don't go straight down the mid unless they're trying to break a forward hold. I also added a really big open ramp. So one thing I've noticed on a lot of maps is that you have a spawn, some fighting area, the Viaduct formula is what Crash calls it. And then you have this row of buildings. And that always seems so weird to me. Like in reality, you almost never just have like a layer cake of buildings just going, forward. So this is kind of one kind of continuous building, but it's broken up here so that like it might feel a little bit more like a real place, I guess. So this could be some kind of like access road, and maybe this is where they bring in some cargo or some take stuff out, and it's kind of represented by this truck. This truck model is really cool. I think the geometry of a truck is good. I don't like the dump truck because they're so tall. So I like the idea of a flatbed because first of all I can put whatever props I want on it, and second of all it breaks this sight line. Only it's like, it also like feels like it's supposed to be here. So it breaks this sight line and gives scout and soldiers something to take high ground on. So this could be a prop to fight these angles while you're trying to push in. Over here, this thing was such a pain. I don't like this at all. The clipping on this ladder is insane. So I copied the ladder off of Foundry so that like it just takes you up here. Basically, I just need a small little ramp so that non-explosive classes can get up here. But I'll show you the clipping brush. So one thing is that if I just have this straight up clipping box here, like this triangle shape, then if I don't hit it like precisely at this angle, then I get like pushed off. And it was actually really annoying to try and run up here. So I added this very weird looking clip brush next to it to try and alleviate that, so you can kind of come in at a side angle. I hate it, and I definitely think I'm going to change that. Maybe use a different, maybe prop, or maybe just like make a metal panel thing to go here and take you up here. It's functional for now, so I'll deal with that, let it be. But I definitely want to change that. Also, this side building here is, let me turn these off. This side building here is, it feels a bit like useless. So I definitely want to change something about this to make it more, viable. So maybe make it so like this is the fastest way to get to the balcony, or maybe give this more of a purpose for being, other than just like just kind of another way to get around. This here is probably also going to want to change, because if you're basically any class except for soldier and scout, like a soldier bombs into you, or even a demo, and you're kind of in a kill box here, so you get bounced around pretty easily. So I don't know if it'll be that punishing. Like, I don't know how often a soldier is going to be pushed out here, and this is definitely something I'm gonna have to see with playtesting. It'll help inform how like people are playing around this area and how I might change it. And so you can run up to this balcony. So, I haven't showed the mid yet. This is the middle point. So the idea is that this middle point is the nuclear reactor. So imagine eventually underneath this, there's going to be a bunch of glass panes, and then you're going to be able to see the nuclear reactor under here. So it's going to look really cool, I promise. And so everything else is kind of centered towards like people might be working in here. So we have these little panels here, which function as like, they're both immersive, and also, you can stand on them, and they feel right to be here. And they're actually just about the perfect size for fitting in here. And so, yeah, that's the midpoint. I do think I want to get maybe some more variety of props here. These are kind of a placeholder, but I would like to maybe, I don't know, I think there needs to be something here, maybe even like around the point a little bit. Again, that's one of the things I'll have to see with playtesting. And the walls here, these walls, a couple people have told me they think I should raise them up a little bit, and basically that would just like cut off the top of that door from vision, so it would be almost impossible to get a sight line from here. So if I was trying to snipe, you can barely get under here, kind of like on Snake Water. You can barely get under here, and you might be able to get someone's head. So I don't know if I necessarily want to punish that either, because like, do I want to make it so that's not possible, and like how broken is it, I guess, is the kind of open question that I'll have to do with testing. And yeah, so midpoint, I added a side vent here, so that one of the things I noticed on almost every map played in competitive, King of the Hill map that is, there is a way to get around the point, so that you don't have to like walk through the point. So this is my version of like the connector in Viaduct, and I think it's a little short, but I also don't know necessarily how it should play. Like maybe this is more flank worthy, like takes you out here, so that like this team could push in through here and get on the other side of the point with never having to go in this building. Another idea I have would be add a drop down from here that takes you down into that vent, and it's actually about from here to the floor is about the distance where you don't take any fall damage, so it actually probably would work. Just a few ideas I've had. I again will watch the play tests and see how it see how it functions, and decide from there. This room does feel like a bit of a wasted space, but I don't know if maybe this is a place where someone can hide. So maybe this could be used more strategically, or maybe I could mix this up a little bit and help with that. But it could also just be a good place to kind of out of combat to keep health and ammo where you're in some danger, but also not like on the point. So it would encourage people to have to walk away from the point to come and get ammo, which is why there's a medium pack here. Okay, what else? Yeah, so the balcony area, I wanted to, and I found generally sniper is such a hard class to balance around, because you basically need to make it so sniper doesn't have too many sight lines at any position. So right here, he can only see this exit door and the other balcony, and almost can see the door over there. I put a prop here to block that out, so you can almost see it. So it might be a situation where a sniper can do like a drop shot kind of situation, or maybe this is a way where you can send your demo up here and try and break a hold. It's kind of a safe-ish place to push out of, so you could have a soldier there, maybe your medic's with you here, and you're kind of fine, just like on how Cliff is on Viaduct. And of course this I do think this building is a bit strange, because you do need I mean, this building is huge, so you do want some supporting things. So that's kind of what this also functions as, is when the detailing happens, this will actually make a lot more sense. It'll look like this is like a truss or a scaffolding to hold the building up, or the roof. And of course the roof is a big dome. Based on the reference photos I found, most nuclear reactors for some reason have a big dome over the reactor. And then they also have a big crane up there. I take it because they want to load the rods and such out of it. And yeah, so that's the map. And this is Alpha 1, so it's still very rough, and I think a lot of things are going to have to change. Not entirely sure what, and so this is where I'm at for want to do some play testing and see how it plays, both in competitive and just more casual play. I believe that this is fairly balanced. I've considered every class in some regard, especially for the 6s classes. Sniper, Soldier, and Scout are the main ones you balance around, but the time it takes you to get to mid is pretty short, actually less than Viaduct, and other Koth maps I've looked at, like Asheville and Bagel and what's the other one called? Cascade. So this is pretty short. Oh yeah, I also wanted to talk about this rollout area. So this is kind of like process, where, and I'm going to embarrass myself with my sweet rocket jumping. So basically, no Koth map that I know of has a real defined rollout. There's the one on Viaduct, but it's not really a rollout as much as you just jump around. This is actually a skill rollout you could practice, kind of like on Process or on Sunshine. So a couple of my friends, we've done some jumping around, so you can jump right to this pack. One of my friends was able to do a jump where he came across, skimmed this truck and came across here, grabbed the pack, and was able to get all the way up to here from spawn. So then you can grab this pack and you'd get into mid with full health, which might be overpowered, but I don't know. So this will be an interesting mid, because a roaming soldier will get here faster than the demo. And so I think in that regard, it'll play like Process does. So that should be kind of interesting. I don't know if it'll be used or it'll somehow be abused, because I could see both it being overpowered and underpowered at the same time. Because this is open, then a demo can try and hold out this spawn. So there's really nothing blocking like you from sitting way back here and just spamming the spawn room. Like you're somewhat safe until they stick a sniper out of the spawn door or send a soldier through and then, you know, bombs into your combo way over here. So at the same time, it's like you could try to, you know, what I might do is make this building come a little bit closer here, so it's a little tighter of almost a choke. And if the bombing gets too bad, I might just put a pipe across here, so it's harder to. You have to stay pretty close to the ground, and you can't just like go booking it through the sky. Yeah, but I've also tried to make this map generally like feel like you can rocket jump around and it be, you know, somewhat fun. It's one of the things I really love about Process is all the jumps you have. So there's all these walls and ramps you can grab. So I know that I've seen a couple people do it off of this. So you can kind of surf that like that, or you can you know, pug into here. I'm sure the really skilled jumper could probably skip jump onto this and then go like over to the balcony or something. I don't really know what the possibilities are, and that's kind of what's exciting about it is, you know, you kind of build a framework and you just let people go on it and, you know, see what the people with much more skill than I have, you know, go ham on it. And yeah, so it should be pretty fun for Soldier, I think. I play a lot of Soldiers, so I might be a bit biased, but yeah. So that's I guess that'll wrap up my look at my map. This is episode number 1 for Koth Nuke Alpha 1, and yeah. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Dare I say the subscribe button. I can't believe I'm saying these words, but I'm planning on doing more of these. So if you want to, you know, stay up to date with it, then you know, give me a little follow, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.